Ravens fan, get ready because Derrick Henry is playing at a level that could change the course of the season. In the last game against the Bills, he simply bulldozed the defense and did whatever he wanted, rushing for almost 200 yards and scoring 2 touchdowns. This guy is just a step away from breaking historic records. And with him on the field, it seems like no one can stop the Ravens. And look, if he keeps this pace, he's going to leave a mark that the NFL will never forget. Stay until the end to understand why Henry might be the player who changes everything this year. Go Ravens! Derrick Henry completely dominated the game against the Bills in a way that few players can. He carried the ball 24 times, resulting in an impressive 199 yards. This is the type of performance that changes the course of a game, and he even managed to score 2 touchdowns, one rushing and another receiving. Henry basically carried the team on his back, and the 35-10 victory was a clear reflection of how he controlled the game from start to finish. When he was on the field, it seemed like the Bills' defense simply had no answer for his strength and speed. Henry's performance was so grand that he was named the AFC Offensive Player of the Week. And that's no small feat, especially when you consider the amount of talent in the AFC. This kind of recognition doesn't come by chance, and the award shows how Henry is still playing at an insane level, even after so many years in the league. He's a player who continues to prove week after week why he's considered one of the best running backs in the NFL. Ravens fans know they can count on him in the most important moments, which is something few teams have today. But what really left everyone speechless was the first play of the game. Right from the start, Henry did something only the greats can do: turn a normal run into an explosive 87-yard touchdown. That's when everyone understood that night would be special for him. Imagine starting the game with an 87-yard run. That's exactly what Derrick Henry did on the Ravens' first play against the Bills. As soon as he received the ball, he found a gap and shot down the field, leaving everyone behind. He reached an incredible 21.29 miles per hour, a speed only the best can achieve. And the whole stadium went wild. This type of run not only changes the tempo of the game, but also gives a mental blow to the opponent, showing that the night will be tough. That touchdown was one of the fastest of the season, and for Derrick Henry, it was even more special. According to Next Gen Stats, this was the 4th time this year that a player hit that speed, and the 8th time Henry has run that fast since 2018. This proves that even with the passing years, he remains a true force of nature, making it clear that time has not diminished his ability. At 30 years old, many thought he would start to lose his edge, but Henry continues to show that he has plenty left to give. Now, if that run was incredible, the milestones Henry is about to hit in his career are even more impressive. With this performance, he is just a few steps away from 2 giant milestones in the NFL that only the best of the best can achieve. Derrick Henry is not just playing at a high level. He is about to reach 2 of the biggest feats any running back could dream of. After that insane performance against the Bills, Henry needs just 18 yards to reach 10,000 rushing yards in his career. On top of that, he's just 1 touchdown away from hitting the mark of 100 total touchdowns. These numbers are reserved for the giants of the NFL, and Henry is about to carve his name among them. These milestones are not just numbers in a statistic. They show the impact and consistency Derrick Henry has had throughout his career. To reach this level, it takes more than talent. It takes dedication, strength, and an incredible ability to remain relevant for several seasons. And that's something Henry has in spades. Not every player gets this far, and now he's just a step away from entering an exclusive NFL club. With these impressive numbers, Henry is also leading the NFL in rushing yards so far. But what makes this even more special is that he's not just chasing individual records. He's helping the Ravens become the best rushing offense in the league. Derrick Henry isn't just breaking records. He's also the leader in rushing yards in the NFL up to Week 4, with an impressive 480 yards. And that's definitely something that has left many people speechless. When Henry joined the Ravens, some wondered if he still had the same explosiveness. Well, he answered in the best way possible, by dominating. He has been the centerpiece of the Ravens offense and, along with Lamar Jackson, forms a dynamic duo that has been giving opposing defenses a lot of trouble. With Henry running like this, the Ravens have the best rushing attack in the NFL. And that's no coincidence. His presence on the field forces opposing defenses to change their entire strategy because at any moment he could break off a long run, as we saw against the Bills. When he gets ahead of steam, there's no defense that can hold him back. And the best part is that he not only runs for many yards, but he also creates space for other players to shine, especially Lamar Jackson. But what makes all this even more incredible is that Henry is playing in an era where running backs are less highlighted than they used to be. Even so, he continues to shine, and more importantly, he's on the verge of doing something that few modern running backs have achieved. In a time when the passing game dominates the NFL, Derrick Henry continues to prove that the role of the running back is still essential. What he's doing is not just impressive for this season, but also for his entire career. He's on track to be one of the last great running backs to reach the 10,000-yard mark, something that is becoming increasingly rare in today's style of play. Henry is swimming against the tide of modern NFL, where the focus is increasingly on quarterbacks and the passing game. What sets Henry apart is his unique combination of size, speed, and durability. Few players can maintain this level of excellence for so long, especially in such a demanding position as running back. And the most impressive part? He doesn't seem to be slowing down. If he keeps this pace, Henry could not only enter the top 20 of all-time rushing yards, but he also has a real chance to break into the top 10 by 2026. We are witnessing something rare and historic. But in the end, Henry wants more than just individual records. He's aiming for a bigger goal, the Super Bowl. And with the Ravens finding their rhythm after a tough start to the season, that dream could be closer than ever. So, Ravens fan, with Derrick Henry tearing up the field like this, it's hard not to feel a surge of excitement. He's just a step away from breaking historic records, and his performances are changing the game for running backs in the NFL. The connection between him and Lamar Jackson is electric, making them a formidable duo that keeps defenses on their toes, always guessing what will happen next. As we look ahead to the rest of the season, having Henry in the lineup gives the Ravens a serious shot at making a deep playoff run. His ability to dominate on the ground not only boosts his stats, but also elevates the entire team's performance. In moments where the game is on the line, you can count on him to deliver. After a rocky start to the season, Henry's presence is a beacon of hope, bringing both skill and determination to the Ravens' offensive strategy. So, let me ask you this. Do you think Henry can maintain this momentum and lead the Ravens to the playoffs? Maybe even to the Super Bowl? I'm eager to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment below, and let's discuss how far this incredible team can go with Henry in charge.